If you've been on social media sometime throughout the past 8 years, there's a chance you've come across someone by the name of BandmanKevo, a scammer turned rapper turned money guru who through the years has become one of the most controversial people on the internet, leading to an influx of hate, all because of his antics. And this is why people have come to hate BandmanKevo. Kevin Ford, also known as BandmanKevo, grew up in Chicago. Growing up in a dangerous environment at an early age, this pushed him to find any way to make it out. Instead of joining a gang like many of his peers did, Kevin chose to participate in another form of criminal activity in the form of scamming due to how lucrative it seemed compared to other schemes. After dropping out of school in the 10th grade, Kevin would start scamming soon after, starting off learning how to make fake documents, which later turned into cracking cards. Cracking cards is a form of fraud where consumers respond to an online solicitation for quote-unquote easy money and provide a debit card for withdrawal of fake check deposits. And this would make Kevin a lot of money.
I caught my case in 2012. You get what I'm saying? So the case really is from like 2010 on up. But I can clearly say that I was probably making about 50 to 100K
a week.
Yeah.
In 2012, Kevin would be arrested and charged with bank fraud, a state case that he would beat. And things were looking up for a bit as Kevin pursued a career in music under the name BandmanKevo. He would even get Chief Keef, who was the hottest rapper in Chicago at the time, to be featured on one of his songs titled Baller and Me Remix, which the original song went pretty viral. Kevo's victory lap would be short-lived, as in 2014 his house would get raided by federal agents, with them seizing his laptop filled with important evidence used to eventually convict him. In 2016, BandmanKevo would be sentenced to 22 months in prison for conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Moments after sentencing, Kevo had this to say: "I will do everything possible to stay relevant. 22 months will fly and I will be back better than ever and on my cocky shit." And that's exactly what he did. After being released from prison, he would continue dropping music while going on a press run talking about his time in prison while giving financial advice on the side. Now, I don't know who in their right mind would take financial advice with someone like him, but let's chalk it up to the pandemic going on. I believe in once a scammer, always a scammer. As Kevo got more eyes on his brand for his get-rich-quick methods, the more he would use social media to stay relevant in any way possible. And this is where the internet started to turn on him, starting with his persona that many people saw as corny. They could see right through it all, especially when he constantly mentions how much he's made or currently makes either at one time, per day, or per week. So that just causes people to believe it's cap. Like this clip of him saying that he made $18 million a week at one point.
$18 million a week off.
A week?
18 million? Yeah, people make that.
This nigga went crazy. Now, my goal for this year is to make at least over 30 million, but this nigga said 18 million in a week.
Yeah, you know, anything impossible. Everything. Yeah, oh yeah, no, it's possible.
I'm not here to pocket watch, but it gets to a point, man. Like, you can't believe everything you see online. So look how he looks at the camera before knowing that he was about to tell the biggest lie ever. Just listen to Funny Marco hit him with the damn, that's crazy. He's not buying it either.
Yeah, you know.
And look at this clip of him saying that buying ugly, overpriced jewelry shows that you've quote unquote elevated.
You know, I gotta look a certain way now. I'm at a different level. Yeah.
And now look at you, damn, they got more jewelry than me. I don't got all my jewelry, but you look like crazy with the jewelry. You know what I mean? So clearly he thought about it. If you go back and watch the old video and look now, it's elevated. That's the whole goal of everybody else about elevating. You know what I mean? So that's how you got to think about life.
This is the dumbest trap I've ever seen my people fall into, and that's not hate, it's facts. I'm not saying you can't buy jewelry if you enjoy it, but the main priority when you're building wealth should not be that. Stop prioritizing bullshit, especially if it looks like this. Now let's move on to the infamous liposuction, BBL, and height surgery situation. In 2022, BandmanKevo claimed to have gotten ab and waist liposuction surgery, going from 284 pounds to 220. He also calls out rappers for not being as honest as him when it comes to getting similar procedures done.
Look, I'm gonna show y'all, like, this how your shit supposed to look after you working out. You gotta be working out hard as hell though, you know what I'm saying? Like after the fat, you feel me? So I had to take fat from everywhere, you know what I'm saying, to form my shit. You know what I'm saying? My lower back, my legs, everything, you feel me? Fat anywhere, like everything was weird about my body, like, cause I weighed 284, you feel me? So this 220 right here, you know what I mean? Like when my shit busting hard, you know what I'm saying? But my chest was hanging over, fat as hell, now I'm decent, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas can get right. And you know what's crazy? What's so crazy is, I was like, man, at first I wasn't even with no, like, you know, lipo shit. I'm like, man, I ain't doing that shit. But then all my rich homies, they like, man, everybody do that shit. They just be low with it. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, fuck no, let's get it. I'm tired of going to the gym a million times and my stomach's still big as hell. Like, I'm literally, like they say when you do lipo, fat cells really don't grow back as quick as long as you do this shit the right way, you feel me?
This led to people calling him feminine, saying that he's built like a Ninja Turtle and Benzino fused together. You even had someone ask, what's next, a BBL? And this comment basically predicted the future. And as recent as 2024, Kevo revealed that he got in a quote unquote BBL and height surgery, apparently going from 5'8" to 6'8". This post blew up online, leading people to call him BBL Kevo.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Listen, I've been healing from the BBL and height surgery. Remember I told you I was trying to get taller. I'm now 6'8", but I gotta drink this soy hydration drink for the next 3 months, or I'll get shorter. So that's what's been going on, man. Yeah, everything been good. I got in my thigh highs, y'all see. No cap in thigh high. I gotta wear this for the next 3-4 months. But it is what it is.
As far as the height surgery goes, based on various posts online, Kevo cannot be telling the whole truth. Exhibit A. There was a picture of him dropped shortly after he went viral of him standing behind a few people from the Back on Fake podcast, and he obviously is the tallest person in the room, but he's not 6'8". His head would be basically touching the ceiling. And Exhibit B. Look how short he is next to Adam22, who is roughly 6'2" to 6'3" according to various online sources. Bro should be towering over Adam, but they look the same exact height. This nigga is not 6'8", but I do know one thing. Bro was not lying about the surgery. Just look how slow he has to dive into his pool so he doesn't mess up his new legs. Just painful to watch. Somebody in the comments said that he was built like Crash Bandicoot.
I'm finna go crazy, y'all. Get low with it. Eat it. Y'all ready?
I don't care what society leads you all to believe. Unless you're fixing a deformity that comes from birth or an injury, there is no reason you should be getting any form of cosmetic surgery or procedure done on your body, especially one that is changing your bone structure to appear taller to women. Literally everything but changing your height could be achieved through locking in the gym. If you have to change how you look as far as that goes in the hopes that you'll attract more women, you're already cooked, my guy. Like, something has to be wrong. You either have to have a trash personality or have zero skills in picking up women. Women have been getting surgeries for years, with some of them hiding it or flat out lying about their bodies being real. So I can respect his honesty when it comes to this, but I still think it's laughable. And just when you think BandmanKevo is being hated on for the dumbest reasons, you won't believe what he did next. This 35-year-old man chose to get tattoos of other people on him. And I'm not talking about people he knows like late family members or friends, but people he's never met before, like Donald Trump, billionaires like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and even Elon Musk, for example, which is super weird. And the madness doesn't stop there. He got a tattoo of Kim Kardashian with the Skims logo, a tattoo that says White Lives Matter, and a MAGA hat. First of all, for all I know, I don't think Kanye West has a tattoo of Kim. He was married to her for like 6-7 years. But a random guy who has never met her decides it's okay to get one? Then him getting a White Lives Matter and a MAGA hat is insane work. Just listen to his reasoning.
You real deal tatted White Lives Matter on you?
Damn, all lives matter though. I got Kanye, I got Dolph. You feel me? I got Virgil. We got Trump. We can't forget Takeoff. Can't forget Floyd, George Floyd.
What was your whole point of doing it?
This is the all billionaire legs that I look up to. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people I look up to that's white. A lot of people in the world make a lot of money off white people. Most of the people they be hating and they bosses are white, bro. Black people matter as well. Yep. I'm black. Yep. But all lives matter though, bro. I knew how our community worked. If I show that White Lives Matter with all the white people, I knew that they was gonna go crazy. But the thing is, as far as being a marketing genius and trying to boost my numbers up on everything that I got going on, my OnlyFans, the more they hate, the more money I make. I feel like I got the White Lives Matter. When I seen Kanye do it, I thought about it and I said, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, all lives matter. And a lot of white people cut my check. So when they're sitting on their Apple phone that a white person created, hating, they have to understand when they get mad at Kevo about the White Lives Matter, that they wouldn't have the iPhone if it wasn't for that white person, correct? So, I mean, I'm not racist. A lot of our people are racist.
So he did all this for clout. Can't say I'm surprised. I don't care how much you look up to these celebrities or these gurus or big billionaires, tattooing another human's face on your body that's not a loved one who passed away is the biggest form of glazing I have ever seen in my life. Another thing I've seen BandmanKevo get hate for is how he handled the loss of his son son last year. He seems to detach himself from the situation, referring to his son as the son instead of my son and things like that.
I want to express my condolences, man, right, for your son passed away, man. Sure. And did you guys ever find out like exactly what happened?
Basically, yeah. So he was trying to rob somebody. Well, he took somebody taxes at first, then he tried to rob somebody. So that was his licks. He was just robbing people and shit like that, you know.
Now, you made like a statement that you couldn't like get hold of the mama.
See, like, it was a long story though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was staying in Indiana, then she moved to Michigan, and then like, you know, the son, he had to sneak and call me. You feel me? Like stuff like that. And it was just kind of like difficult. I'm paying child support and I'm giving them money. You know what I mean? So at the same time, you can't do nothing with a kid that's like 13. Every time he call you feel me? Like, I want to buy this for a gun. I want to buy this for that. You know?
Wow.
Like, it ain't like a regular conversation with it. Like, it's like, man, send me, I need a few $100. I'm trying to buy me a new strap. It was like that. You feel me? And I'm like, man, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
So it was like, damn, you feel me? Like, you can't really save it. Like, when your mom controlling it.
It's crazy that a couple years ago, Kevo said in an interview that kids don't respect the dad with no money, which caused people to say that he was using his thirst for money as an excuse to not be in his kid's life. This clip will resurface after his son's passing, causing him to get more hate.
My dad, let's say if he don't got no money and the son don't got no money, we just growing up and I'm getting older and older and older, we don't got no money, bro. I'm gonna be low-key mad as hell. Like, damn, man, my dad, he cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga don't got no bread. Like, you feel me? What about when Christmas come up? What about when birthdays come around? You think them niggas gonna be salty if they don't get what they really want, bro? They might not tell their dad to their face, but that's what they thinking in their heads. Kids want stuff.
It's kind of like you look at your dad as a failure. Like, damn, you failed me.
Something like that. You know what I'm saying? I just wish, I look at him like, man, I wish you could have did better. Yeah. I wish whatever you was focused on at the time, I wish that you would have been focused on the right things.
After receiving a lot of backlash for these comments, Kevo hopped on live to respond to the hate.
The world we living in right now, people are living for likes and clicks. They will literally take something and turn it into their favor to be able to get likes and clicks. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated on what's going on with my son. You know what I mean? A lot of people was hating on the internet, talking about, oh, he's a deadbeat. He hasn't done anything for his son. He left his son in the hood. And these are the type of people that chases clout more than anything. They never know what they're talking about. They don't know what's going on. They don't know how many kids I got. What's the relationship I had? They just go off of what other people lie and say. Remind y'all, if somebody passes away, people can say anything and lie about anything. First of all, my son was a robber. You know what I mean? Which he didn't even have to be a robber. He was getting money. He was getting child support money. I was sending them cash apps every couple days. You know, all types of money. He had to sneak and talk to me because of the relationship with me and his mom.
I honestly can see where people are coming from when they say they don't believe anything he says, just based on the initial response to his son's death. I mean, we're talking about a man that's on record forgetting how many kids he has and putting up 5 fingers when he says he has 4 baby mamas. Bro has zero shame.
I got 4 baby mamas, bro.
How many kids?
I got 6 kids.
Although BandmanKevo has had some questionable actions and statements over the years, I can admit the man knows how to make headlines. Like him admitting to spending up to $12,000 to get some play from a woman, which is extremely down bad.
What's the most you ever paid for coochie for?
Like 12 racks. 12. No bap. It was a celebrity.
I actually found myself laughing at a lot of these clips that will resurface while I was putting this video together. Just look at this video.
Bro, listen, you think I'm finna sit on the phone with you for 8 months before you let me hit? First of all, I had one girl that was crazy in her mind. She like, okay, well, you know, we've been talking for a few months and, you know, I think you deserve it now because you waited long enough. Baby, you waited. I was hitting hoes. You gotta realize like this.
Overall, BandmanKevo is an online character whose digital footprint is fried beyond belief. And after doing all this research, it's no wonder why people don't take him seriously nowadays. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's Fargo, and I'm out, man.